Welcome back to Herbenstyle, a dichotomy of inspiration from cupboard to closet. Today we're going to be making top 8 free apple pie. Okay, so this is an impromptu recipe and an impromptu video, honestly. And sometimes when life gives you apples, you gotta make apple pie. I recently went to Orchard and had a wonderful time with one of my really good friends. And so we went and we picked stuff out and we picked all kinds of apples. Don't try to quiz me on which apples we picked. But after, we made kind of like little apple tarts and croissants. And so I was like, you know what? Let me bring a recipe to Herbenstyle. So I really wanted to make an apple pie. It's really funny because my family does not like apple pie, but I love apple pie. I love warm apples. I love applesauce. If you haven't checked out my applesauce recipe, definitely check it out. But I thought that I would bring to you a top 8 free, yes, allergy-friendly alternative to a lovely American favorite. So let's hop right into the recipe. So what you see here is about 7 to 8 apples, and I believe this is a combination of Honeycrisp, golden apples, and maybe Fuji apples. But I cleaned them. I'm peeling them with a vegetable peeler. If you don't have a peeler, don't fret. You can easily just use a knife and get the same result. But you'll see later that I dequarted them, de-seed them, and sliced them into thin slices. And you can use a mandolin to get equal thin slices, or you can just use a knife. So this is my favorite part. This is my water and fresh apple cider mixture that I got from the orchard. Now I'm going to add in my brown sugar, my granulated sugar. I'm going to add in my apple pie spice. And then I'm going to add in lemon juice, gluten-free flour, all-purpose to be exact. And then I'm going to add in my water and apple cider mixture. And last but not least, vanilla extract. So just use your spatula, mix it around, make sure all your slices are equally coated, and you'll be good to go. So now we're going to take my vegan flaky pie crust, and this recipe will be in the description box down below, but we're going to roll out half of this dough, and this was in the refrigerator, so it was a little bit tough, but I want to make sure that I'm not overworking it because we want to make sure that we're keeping the buttery and flakiness of the dough when we're cooking it. I'm going to add this to my pie pan and poke just a couple of holes in it and pop it into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes just to crisp it up a little bit, and then add in our filling. Once all the filling is added, we're going to take actually our next layer of dough, our second half of the dough, roll it out, make sure it's about 9 inches, and we're going to cover our apple pie and pop it into the oven. So this is my top 8 free, yes, allergy-friendly apple pie recipe. For the full recipe, be sure to check out herbenstyle.com. Okay, so let's get into this taste test. I'm very excited. Last week I did a lovely biscuit recipe that I had been trying out and kind of trial and error. So a lot of these doughs and breads and biscuits have definitely been a challenge for me to kind of get the hang of. So this is what I'm actually most excited about. To really see how it came out. I did sneak a taste test of the apple filling mixture, which was wonderful. So let's get into it. Okay, so that was mostly filling. I do notice that you can leave it in for a little while longer if you want softer apples. I do kind of like having that firm bite of apple and not feeling like it's just mush, but if you know that you prefer softer apples and don't want to have to bite into the apple when you're eating the apple pie, which is standard, then definitely maybe cook it for a little while longer. So I'm going to kind of get some of this crust here. Okay, so the bottom crust is good. And again, if you want the recipe, I know I didn't show it in this video, but if you want the recipe to this pie crust, definitely be sure to check the description box down below, and I'll have a link to this pie crust. And this is a perfect pie crust for sweet or savory pies. This is good. I definitely like it. On the top, I probably could thin it out a little bit more. So just getting the hang of just prepping the pie, I think, is something that I'll still have to work on. But I really love this recipe. It tastes so good, and since I love apple pie, I think it's great. But we'll definitely have to see if my family will try it out. But thank you so much. Definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you really enjoyed this video. But thank you for joining Herbenstyle, and always be sure to own your style. Bye. Oh, this is good. I appreciate this.